Good afternoon, YouTube. Akira 2805 here. Most recently, I've been asked a question regarding Yu-Gi-Oh! What is my most favorite deck I have, and also what is my most powerful deck I have? Well, I think I told the person that I can do this, no problem. Just give me time to get my material together. And I think he also, well, not also, but I think he asked this question as far as one deck goes. I'm like, well, that's impossible to decipher for me, because I have a lot of decks, and each one of them I love. But as far as my most favorite deck is concerned and my most powerful deck is concerned, I would have to go with two decks. And that's what I'm here to share with y'all today. With great pleasure, actually. Alright, let's start off with my most favorite deck I own. It's my Elemental Hero deck. Would have to be classified as my most favorite, most loved deck I possess. Unity. I love Elemental Heroes. I just love them. I loved them on the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX show. I've had this deck pretty much since the beginning of the Elemental Hero cards first came out, which is pretty much when the show did. And it's just gotten stronger since then, a lot stronger actually. Because at first, Elemental Heroes were kind of limited. We had like 2 or 3 fusion for a couple of months, then more and more came out. We had Thunder Giant, Flame Wingman, and Blade Edge in the beginning. Then came Shining Flare Wingman, Wild Edge. Then came out the manga versions of the card, which if you read the Yu-Gi-Oh! GX manga, we had Inferno, we had Terra Firma in there. Let's see, what else do we have in there? Inferno, man, I'm sorry, I've not really looked at this in a while. Let me just look in here for, okay, we had Inferno, we had The Shining, was also in the manga, Absolute Zero, Terra Firma I think I already mentioned, Gaia, Nova Master, that was about it for the manga. And then more and more just came out afterwards. We had the Vision Heroes, the Masked Heroes, more advanced fusions, just great overall Elemental Hero cards, and I love them. Now, they have a lot of potential for any deck. This deck here is a full Elemental Hero deck with almost every fusion you can possibly think of. I have done reviews on this deck before, so feel free to take a gander at that. If you want to know what cards are in the deck. Why do I love it? Well, I love Elemental Heroes. Love the artwork in the cards. It's just great. I love all the artwork. It's just Elemental Heroes. Every effect is different with each Elemental Hero fusion. We got weakening of other monsters. We got just popping other monsters or cards on the field. We have reducing the attack points of other monsters. We have piercing effects. We have remove from play effects. Just so much potential with Elemental Hero, and that's what I like. They have pretty much a card in here for every situation the opponent could possibly throw at you, and I love it. If you build it right, like I said, Elemental Hero decks there's a lot of Elemental Hero cards out there, but impossible to get them all into one deck. Pick your favorites, go with the most powerful, whatever. Impossible to get it all into one deck. But that's my opinion and fact on my Elemental Hero deck. It's my favorite. I love it. Go Elemental Heroes. Alright. Now, on to my most powerful deck. I would have to say this is not my most powerful deck per se, it's my most consistent deck. And consistency proves more powerful than just a powerhouse deck. You know, there's a lot of searching in this deck involved, there's a lot of easy summoning from your hand or the graveyard involved. Excuse me, my cat's getting into trouble. Get out of here. Where was I? Yeah, consistency is more lethal to me than just powerhouse cards. You know, there's almost nothing that this deck can handle, and it is my IOD deck. Machina, Gadget, Jinzo, Cyber Dragon combo deck. It works, it has worked since the day I got it. It's consistent, it's fast, it's powerful in its own way. I can summon up monsters like that, swarm the fields, OTK, almost every time I play with this deck. It's just so great. I love this deck. It's amazing. And it's all machines. I got Cyber Dragons, I got Jinzos, Jinzo Returners, Machina Fortress, Machina Gear Frame, Machina Cannon, Machina Peacekeeper. It's all in here. And also, I've done an updated deck review of this, so feel free to take a gander at that also. But yes, that's my most powerful, or excuse me, most consistent deck I possess. I do have other decks that completely overpower this deck as far as attack points, but that's not always the best way to decipher a deck's strength. To me, consistency matters the most. If your deck has no search power, no summoning, no quick summoning, it doesn't really matter how powerful your deck is. You can have the greatest monsters in the world in there. You can have Obelisk, you can have Slifer, you can have the wicked monsters, you can have just all those, you know, big powerhouses. Doesn't mean nothing if you can't get them onto the field. This deck has no problem with getting out its high-powered monsters onto the field. It takes very little effort, and that is called consistency. And that's what matters to me. Well, hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope I answered enough, hope I answered, excuse me, cat, stop bugging me. Sorry about that. Okay, well, I hope I answered the question of the night, my most powerful deck and my most favorite deck. Elemental Hero and Machina Deck. Alright, well, that's it, I guess. Thumbs up the video if you liked it. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And with that, we'll call it a night. So until next time, this is Akira 2805 signing off, and thanks for watching.